In the dead of night, a lone figure rides through the rubble-strewn streets of ancient Jerusalem. His mission is secret, his identity known only to God. What he discovers in the darkness will change the course of history forever. This is the story of Nehemiah, a man who risked everything to rebuild more than just walls. He rebuilt a nation's soul. The year is 445 BCE. In the opulent halls of Susa, the winter capital of the mighty Persian Empire, a Jewish man named Nehemiah holds one of the most dangerous jobs in the world. He is the royal cupbearer to King Artaxerxes I, the man who tastes the king's wine before every meal. One drop of poison, and Nehemiah dies. But with that risk comes incredible power, direct access to the most powerful man on earth. For years, Nehemiah has navigated the treacherous waters of Persian court politics. He's wealthy, respected, secure. But he's about to receive news that will shatter his comfortable world. It's November 445 BCE. Nehemiah's brother Hanani arrives with travelers from Jerusalem. The conversation starts normally, family news, trade reports. But then Hanani's expression darkens. The walls of Jerusalem lie in ruins. The gates are burned. Your people live in disgrace and constant fear. For a man who has everything, these words hit like a physical blow. Nehemiah staggers. The cup falls from his hands. For days, Nehemiah cannot eat, cannot sleep. He weeps, he fasts, he prays. His comfortable life in Persia suddenly feels like a betrayal of his people. But Nehemiah is not just a dreamer. He's a strategist. As he prays, a daring plan forms in his mind. It's so audacious it could cost him everything, including his life. 4 months pass. Spring arrives in Susa. Nehemiah serves wine to the king as he has done thousands of times before. But today is different. Today, his carefully maintained composure cracks. The king notices immediately. Why does your face look so sad when you are not ill? This can be nothing but sadness of heart. Nehemiah's blood runs cold. Showing sadness in the king's presence is tantamount to treason. One word from Artaxerxes, and guards will drag him away to execution. But then Nehemiah does something extraordinary. He looks the most powerful man in the world in the eye and tells him the truth. The city where my ancestors are buried lies in ruins, and its gates have been destroyed by fire. The throne room falls silent. Everyone holds their breath. Then King Artaxerxes asks the question that will change history. What is it you want? Nehemiah sends up a silent prayer and makes his pitch. He wants permission to go to Jerusalem. He wants materials to rebuild the walls. He wants official letters of safe passage. He's asking for a fortune from the royal treasury. The king's response stuns everyone. How long will your journey take, and when will you get back? Not only is he saying yes, he's asking for a timeline. Nehemiah arrives in Jerusalem with a military escort and royal letters, but he tells no one his real mission. For 3 days he stays quiet, observing, planning. Then, on the 3rd night, Nehemiah makes his move. Under cover of darkness, he saddles his horse and rides out alone into the ruined city. What he sees in the moonlight breaks his heart. Walls reduced to rubble, gates burned to charcoal, debris blocking the roads. This isn't just destruction, it's humiliation. He rides to the valley gate, destroyed. The dragon spring, clogged with rubble. The refuse gate, burned beyond recognition. Some sections are so damaged he can't even get his horse through. But as he surveys the destruction, something else stirs in Nehemiah's heart. Not despair, but vision. He sees what this city could become again. The next morning, Nehemiah calls together the Jewish leaders. priests, nobles, officials, everyone who matters. His speech is masterful. You see the trouble we are in. Jerusalem lies in ruins and its gates have been burned with fire. Come, let us rebuild the wall of Jerusalem, and we will no longer be in disgrace. Then he reveals his secret weapon, the king's backing. He shows them the royal letters, tells them about the promised materials. The crowd erupts. "Let us start rebuilding," they shout. "Let us start rebuilding." But Nehemiah has enemies. 3 powerful men who have grown rich and influential while Jerusalem lay defenseless. They will not give up their advantages without a fight. Sanballat the Horonite, governor of Samaria, Tobiah the Ammonite, a Persian official, Geshem the Arab, a tribal leader. Together they control the trade routes around Jerusalem. A strong Jerusalem threatens their power. At first they try mockery. "What are these feeble Jews doing?" Sanballat sneers. Even a fox climbing upon their wall would break it down. But Nehemiah has organized the work brilliantly. Different families take responsibility for different sections. Priests work alongside merchants. Nobles labor next to servants. The wall begins to rise. The enemy's laughter dies when they see the progress. All of them conspired to come and fight against Jerusalem and stir up trouble against it. Nehemiah learns of the plot. Now he faces an impossible choice: abandon the work and lose everything, or continue building while under threat of attack. His solution is genius. "From that day on, half of my men did the work, while the other half were equipped with spears, shields, bows, and armor. The builders work with their swords at their sides. Guards are posted day and night. Nehemiah himself never takes off his clothes or puts down his weapon. The enemies try a new tactic. They send messages. 'Come, let us meet together in one of the villages.' It's a trap. They plan to assassinate Nehemiah. 4 times they send this invitation. 4 times Nehemiah refuses. 'I am carrying on a great project and cannot go down. Why should the work stop while I leave it and go down to you?' But the enemies have one more card to play. They hire a false prophet named Shemaiah to frighten Nehemiah into hiding in the temple. 'Let us meet in the house of God inside the temple, and let us close the temple doors, because men are coming to kill you.' It's a clever trap. If Nehemiah hides in the temple, he'll look like a coward. If he violates the temple as a non-priest, he'll be discredited. Either way, the work stops. But Nehemiah sees through the deception. 'Should a man like me run away? Should someone like me go into the temple to save his life? I will not go.' The work continues. Day after day, stone upon stone, the wall rises higher. The enemies watch in growing panic as their window of opportunity closes. Then comes the moment that changes everything. After 52 days of backbreaking labor, constant vigilance, and unwavering faith, the last stone is placed. Jerusalem has walls again. The gates are rebuilt. The city is secure. The impossible has been accomplished in less than 2 months. The effect on the enemies is immediate and devastating. When all our enemies heard about this, all the surrounding nations were afraid and lost their self-confidence, because they realized that this work had been done with the help of our God. The wall dedication is a celebration like no other. 2 choirs march around the entire wall in opposite directions, singing praise songs. The sound can be heard for miles. But Nehemiah's real achievement goes far beyond stones and mortar. He has rebuilt a people's confidence, restored their dignity, and created the secure foundation that will allow Jewish culture and religion to flourish for centuries to come. The cupbearer who risked everything for his people has become the wall builder who saved a nation. His story reminds us that one person with courage and divine backing can change the course of history. Some walls are built to keep people out, but Nehemiah built walls to keep hope alive. Nehemiah did not come with armies. He came with purpose. He faced enemies from without and corruption from within. But through faith, courage, and unshakable resolve, he rebuilt what others had abandoned, the wall that restored a nation's dignity. He gave his people more than protection. He gave them strength, structure, a reason to hope. You may not be a warrior, you may not wear a crown, but like Nehemiah, you can stand firm. You can rebuild what's been broken. You can restore what others have given up on. Even when the walls around you fall, your purpose can still rise. Nehemiah built a wall, and in doing so, he built a future. If stories like this inspire you, if you believe in the power of history to shape our future, subscribe to the channel. Join us as we uncover the lives of the forgotten heroes who changed the world, one decision at a time.